Okay, so today we'll discuss basically what is the closing cost. Before we discuss anything about the closing cost, so we need to know what are the item that we need the closing cost. Why do I need it? So first thing first. So in order to close a property, you know, you have to buy title insurance. You have to pay the mortgage tax, which is part of the bill of the title insurance, and you have to buy the homeowner insurance, and you have to pay for two attorney, you have to pay for the appraisal, you have to pay for the underwriting fee, and there is a you have to put like a reserve if it's two family. Sometimes we need it, sometimes we do not need it, so that's why you see there is no number here. uh, Other thing you need to know, that if you the inspection fee, if you buy want to if you want to buy the rate, and then you need the money for the rate, and what is the total amount, the cost you might need. So for an example, let's go for one of the practical scenario for the possible deal that we might have. So first thing, we put the name here, the client name and the title rate. So here, so let us go one by one option here. So why I put it this title rate, and one of the state, one of them SEMA. Okay, so basically title rate, which is all the title company that we have in New York City, especially as I guess more than almost 4 or 5 that I work last like 2 years, so it's 1%, but I have disclosed little bit higher here, so 1.05%, so that it does match with, because we do not get the title bill when we have a deal. We get the title bill at least 4 or 5 days later after we submit the order. So that's will be the approximate is 1%. And subject property address, let us put like TBD or to be determined, and also the borrower name. For an example, let put us X, or like Mr. X. Okay, and we have to put the monthly taxes here for the subject property. So he told me his taxes will be 7,200 divided by 12, which is $600 in a month. And mortgage tax, so this is the crucial part of New York City, that mortgage tax of the New York City is 2.1%, but not all that has to pay by the borrower. So borrower will pay basically 1.91%, and rest of the 25 basis point will paid by the lender. So that's the reason you see this number I have disclosed here, only 1.93% for the client, our client. And possible rate, let's say for today we will discuss 7.25. And here this is a multifamily, so let's say for an example is a multifamily, but we will not disclose any reserve. I'm going to tell you why, but I don't want to disclose, because if we submit the file to the DU, we need 6 months of reserve if more than a single family. But if we submit the file in LPA, we do not need any reserve, most likely to be. Okay, so now the property price that he's trying to buy is 895, and if we put the 7.25 rate, and he wants to put like 35% down payment, and if we go by no point and possible interest, possible insurance for the property, we might say 1350, which is 1350 divided by 12, so we have $112. So okay, and the program we are trying to qualify him is conventional loan, conventional conforming 30 years fixed, term will be 30 years, and rest of the part. Okay, so this is not applied because mortgage insurance, if somebody put more than 20%, he doesn't need to pay this. Estimated APR, that is just an idea, but it's not the right number. That it should be higher. And this is a not no-doc program, so I think almost we got. Okay, this is a purchase or refinance. It's a purchase, and the EMD plus concession, we're not putting any number here. And what is the tri-merge for FICO, which is the credit score? So he said around something like 795. Okay, so let's go by the 795, and we'll just disclose as a 30 days lock period. Now, what is the item is coming up based on his scenario? So, how much total money he need? If you take a look, he need all together is 343,000 dollar, 596.30. So where he will have to pay the closing cost will be 22,355 dollar. But here is the confusing thing that I, maybe you might see here that okay, the down payment will be 313, um, and you said the closing cost 22,355. So where is that other $7 or $8,000 goes? So that is we call the escrow account. If you see prepaid item, deposit FNG, and also the proration tax date. So basically when you're buying a property, you are not, it's not a 30 years mortgage. Yeah, it is 30 years mortgage, but when you close the deal, let's say you are closing on July 15, so you have a 15 days extra out of 30 years. So basically your mortgage total term will be 30 years plus 15 days. So exactly the way you see it here. Now that's why we are estimating that the principal and interest, especially for the interest for this period plus the tax proration will be $2,700 for that 20 days. So if you reduce it 15 days, so the number will be lower. Now and then our buyer, now let's go one by one. So if we disclose 1% money of the loan amount we need for the title insurance to buy, then we need 6,100 6,100, and we have to pay the mortgage tax in our buyer's side is $11,256.86, and possible escrow. So I want to discuss it later. The reason why I'm going to tell you. So just leave it here for now. So he has to pay the attorney fee. One is buyer attorney fee, which is I disclosed $1,500, and another one is bank attorney, which is $1,400. So altogether we can say $2,900 he has to pay. Everybody whoever wants to buy with the mortgage, they have to pay two attorney fee, and the appraisal fee we're disclosing here $710 and $200 for the final inspection fee. Sometimes we do not need final inspection, but still I disclose it here is for the safety reason. Underwriting fee $1,080. Basically it's $1,055, but I disclose $30 extra here. And credit report fee, since there is a two borrowers, it should be $84, but let us disclose a little bit extra, which is $90. So that's all about it, about the primary closing cost that he need. He has to pay $342,000, which altogether we need for this deal, and the down payment will be 313. 22 will be around like 22 will be his closing cost, and his deposit will be around like 5 and 2, almost like 5,000 and plus 2, so almost $7,000 is going to the escrow. Now this part that we'll discuss about how the escrow account work, which is right really crucial point for all the client that I close the deal, because everybody is confused. So this is the worksheet that I created for the escrow account. So first thing we need to know for the New York City, how the tax billing system work in New York City. So New York City has a 4 billing system in a full year. So basically, you might think, oh, I am paying taxes every month, so why do I pay the escrow account that much bigger money? Okay, so here is the solution. Mortgage company pay taxes 4 times in a year, and they pay insurance 1 time in a year. So basically, you pay every month, they collect it, and they put it on their savings account, or we call it escrow account or reserve account, and they make the payment every 3 months to the New York City taxes, and every 10 of the month for the insurance. So if you see, for an example, if you buy a property on July 15th, other thing you need to know that the first day of the tax year of the New York City is July 1st. So is basically 2 years period. So basically your first day of the tax year is July 1st, let's say 2023. So your total billing cycle is included 2 years. So basically 2 years equal to 2 years combined for one billings, one full year. So 2023 6 month and 2024 6 month is equal to, you can say, the one full billing for the full year. So our year always started on July 1st. It's the first day of the due. So you have to pay your taxes by 15. I think before 10 if you want to avoid the penalty of the interest. So basically, if you now let's go by a date, that a closing date on 7/15. So let us just change it as an 8/15/2023 is our closing date. So basically, the first day of the next month will be, let's say, 8/15 is a 9/1. So 9/1 2023, and first payment will be 10/1 2023. And same thing will disclose the, okay, so the loan amount we have to change it here. So let's say for the same example, 895. Yearly taxes, let's say for an example we had it 7,200. Let's say the insurance 1350. Interest rate 7.25. Okay, we are not putting the subject property address because it's a different purpose. Okay, so now how many months they will take it? In generally, lender will take only 2 month uh, taxes and 2 month insurance in their escrow account, or the savings account. So why do I disclose 5 months here? That's the question. So the answer of this question, when you buy a property, let's say your closing date is, you see that it's August 15. So now we have to see the billing cycle. So the first billing August, if the last billing was paid, last tax bill was paid on July. So we have July, and so basically we are in middle of the quarter. So your taxes of the property is already paid by seller who is selling the property. Now you have to pay back his, like, if the 600, okay, so the monthly taxes 7,200 divided by 12. So monthly taxes is $600. So he already made the payment $1,800 on July 1st. But since we are closing, so we have to pay half of the money to him, so which is $900. So we gotta pay $900 to seller, and we have to pay 2 months in escrow. So basically it come up, the 2 month on escrow will be taxes, let's say, 2 month will be another $1,200, so $2,100. Okay, now what are the other thing? So if, let's see, from your closing date, your first payment will be 10/1. So 10/1, so now we have to calculate the 15 days here, right? And another 30 days, so 45 days. So we have to make the first, another, so the second billing cycle, you know second billing cycle will be, so the first bill was paid and the second bill has to pay by within 45 days. So if any payment, title company has to pay within 60 days, so you have to make that payment. So that means we have to add 3 more month taxes with this. So 2 and 3, 5, and now you have to disclose 6.5 month for this deal. And insurance, basically in generally we disclose 14 months. So let us disclose 14 months. So that's the total money that we need. Now, on the closing day, you will see that your insurance is not on the escrow statement, you know, because the payment was made on the closing day. It's overnight delivery to the insurance company. So basically, the money they paid on the closing day. So you will see 2 months on your escrow statement, and out of this money, you will see that seller will take, like, 1.5 month from here, and the 3 month will taken by the title company, because they are the one who is responsible to make the payment on the second billing to the New York City tax, and 2 month, basically 2 month of your taxes is directly going to your escrow or reserve account. So every month you will receive the escrow statement. Escrow statement is available every month, and you will see on the second pages, the first, down the payment. So on the, I think on the second row, your escrow balance is there. So basically for this deal, we can say so next 5 months, the mortgage company will not pay taxes to the, they do not need to make the payment. So what happened? So his escrow balance will be higher, higher and higher, because they are taking like almost 25 months of taxes. You know, so that's basically all about it. It's not the escrow money. A lot of people think, oh, why then the escrow is not considering to a closing cost? Because you know, even though you paid off your mortgage and everything, but still you have to, you need a property insurance. You have to pay your taxes. So this is something that you need it as long as you are holding the property, in your name. So that's the only reason that we never calculate, no one lender calculate this at the closing cost. So the your escrow account is your escrow account. It has to be always. Uh, and we, as a lender, we always collect only 2 months of the escrow, 2 month taxes, 2 month insurance, and the rest of all of the other thing that you see is because of seller, is because of the closing date and the billing cycle of the New York City, because they take the money every 3 months. And you see that your first payment on the 10 on to 2023, and we have a billing cycle that, let me see, I put it here now. So, and we have to make another payment to the here to make it red, so you'll understand. Let's make it white. So the first payment, on 10/1/2023, which is mortgage payment, you will make only 1 month taxes included this payment. But in the same day, we have to, I mean, as a mortgage lender, or as a mortgage company has to make 3 months of tax payment to the New York City. So where do they get the money? The money will be short. So if you think like that way, that lot of people think like that way. Okay, so I have 2 months of escrow here, and I'm making one more month here. So why they are taking extra three months here? The 2 month mortgage company is taking as a reserve, or this always has to be the same. So you can say this is something that this number is has to be always on your account. So you cannot make changes, you cannot reduce it. So the other way can say just forget about that 2 months. So basically you don't have any money in escrow. So they want to make sure that you have always 2 months top of your all the payment and everything. So that's why we have to make, like, we are making another 3 months of extra title company taking for this deal to make this payment. you know and how this adjustment will be done. So every so once the, as long as they are holding your escrow account, they will hold 2 months in the escrow account. But it will be adjusted after, like, before the life cycle of the loan. So let's say before 2 months it will be adjusted, and they will get back every year. They will do the final calculation for the escrow account. I think they does once in a year. So once that's calculation done, if you have any extra money in the escrow account, they will get it back to you. Otherwise, they will add this money with your escrow statement. Thank you for that. And if you guys have any question, and always you can reach me, or you can text me at 347-493-5589. Thank you.